Hello again, so this is Dylan again from British English Coach, and this is another in a series of videos in the Master Polite English course. So this is the final principle, which is quite simple: avoid direct commands. Okay, so a command is something that, for example, people tell you if you're a soldier in the army, or your boss may shout at you to do something, or your mother may say, do that, clean your room. So commands and orders are in general to be avoided if you want to sound polite. Now, I'm not saying that they don't have their place, and often we need to give direct commands. But if you don't know someone very well, and if you want to have a polite relationship with them, then it's probably best to avoid saying things really directly when you want them to do something. Okay, so let's have a look at some examples. So let's imagine that you have a very, very heavy suitcase and you'd like to put it on the rack in a train or in an airplane, and you can't lift it up to that rack because it's too heavy. So really, you need some help. Now, you could order someone to help you. You could say, help me with this suitcase. Now, that's probably not the best way to do it if you're speaking to a stranger. It might work with a friend if you do it with a smile on your face. So generally, if we want someone to help us, then we've got to approach them and speak to them in a polite way. So let's look at some ways we can do that. So first of all, you could just use could. Could you help me with my suitcase, please? Remember, please is always good if you want to sound polite, but could, or indeed would, work here. Can is okay, but could will make you sound more polite. Now, if you want to sound even more polite, you could say, would you be able to? Would you be able to help me with my suitcase? Would you be able to help me with my homework? Would you be able to tell me where the train station is? And again, if you want to, you can add please at the end. So, would you be able to is very useful. Now, another phrase we can use is, I wonder if you could help me. I wonder if you could help me with my suitcase. I wonder if you could help me with my homework. I wonder if you could tell me where the bus station is. I wonder if you could change this £10 note for some coins, please. Okay, so I wonder if you could. Another phrase is, do you think you could? Or do you think you could possibly? Do you think you could help me with my suitcase? Do you think you could possibly help me with my suitcase? Do you think you could tell me the way to the station? Do you think you could translate this into English for me? Do you think you could change this money for me? Now, our old friends' question tags are also used when we want to actually ask someone to do something for us, but we don't want to give a direct command. Now, it's very common to use question tags in the negative form. So, you wouldn't help me with my suitcase, would you? You wouldn't tell me where the bus station is, would you? You wouldn't give me a hand with my homework, would you? Okay, so again, using the question tag, especially in the negative, will make you sound more polite. You could again use the word could with, I don't suppose you could help me with my suitcase, could you? That sounds extremely polite, as if you're asking for a grand help here. I don't suppose you could tell me where the bus station is, could you? I don't suppose you could help me with my homework, could you? Okay, so I don't suppose you could is another way of asking someone for help in a polite way. Is there any chance you could help me with my suitcase? Is there any chance you could tell me where the bus station is? Is there any chance you could help me with my homework? Now sometimes you can be really polite and people don't really understand that you're asking them to do something for you, that you're actually giving a very indirect command. So if all else fails, you can give them a hint. Whew, my goodness, this suitcase is so heavy, I'm going to break my back lifting it. Now hopefully the person you're speaking to will understand what you're trying to say, will understand that you actually need some help. So that's very, very unsubtle. It's actually pretty obvious. So you could make it slightly less obvious by saying, I suppose the bus station is quite close to here, isn't it? Or, this homework's really quite difficult. I'm not sure I can do it by myself. So you can be a bit unsubtle, a bit obvious, but actually the listener will probably understand that you're actually asking them for some help, or you're asking them to do something for you. So in general, instead of asking a direct command, instead of ordering someone to do something for you, you can use modal verbs, in particular would, should and could. You can use indirect questions. I wonder if you could. I don't suppose you could. Would it be possible to? You can use question tags, and we often use them in the negative. You wouldn't blah blah blah, would you? You couldn't blah blah blah, could you? And you can give hints. And hopefully the person will understand that actually you're asking for something. You want them to do something for you. Okay, so I hope that helped. We've finished now with the 6 politeness principles, and in the next videos we'll be moving on to other ways of sounding polite. Okay, I will see you soon. Bye for now.